folks, so welcome back to another video. I'm sitting in a 5-cylinder swapped Golf R right now. You will have got a taster of it in the previous video. This belongs to Andy. He's kindly lent me the car for the whole day. I've brought it back to my backyard so we can give you guys a proper little walk around. No kind of noisy car park or anything like that. There is going to be a bunch of things I'm going to go over. So what we'll do, we'll hop out the car now, start with the visual stuff, then get onto the engine, and trust me, the list is just huge. Right, so here we go. Yeah, let's go around the sort of visual stuff first and then we'll get to that thing. I know you guys want to hear it in action, but we're going to do a full drive today and all that good stuff. It is actually a Mark 7 Golf R. It's had a full Mark 7.5 front end facelift on it. He's definitely gone for a more of a kind of OEM plus kind of build. This is probably what I'd do if I ever was in the position to do a build like this. It's got a Maxton front splitter, which as you can see has come off. It just flew off the other day. It is sitting on Bilstein Coilovers, so it is sitting quite nice. One of the main highlights as well, it's got a carbon bonnet with some fancy vents all painted up as well. Paint match with the rest of the car. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get straight to the engine, man. So there it is, a full RS3 DAZA engine. As you guys know, I've got my own car here, which is an RS3. This is a DNWA, so it's a later block, but the same aluminium 5-cylinder essentially. Got a different engine cover on mine, but yeah, we've essentially got this car transplanted into this, so quite a special one. I know Andy's been wanting to do it for a few years now. So the car was built by VRS and the mapping was done by MRC Tuning, so two great names combined. It is on a TTU 700 as well, so it isn't just a stock turbo. It's going to give me a good idea of how mine would be like if it was stage 3. Power figures, it made 638 bhp and it was capped at 800 newton meters. Of course, if you know your RS3 engines, you'll know that 750 to 800 newton meters is kind of where you want to cap it when it comes to the stock engine. Of course, you don't want to shoot a rod out through the block. But Andy is going to be doing a full engine build soon, so that's going to be interesting. This car is by no means finished. I'll be honest, I'm still kind of taking it in, so forgive me if I miss out a few things. I'm going to put the full list in the description. In terms of other mods on the engine, we've got the SRM throttle inlet. This car is running meth, got an APR intercooler, etc, etc. Yeah, 640 horsepower Golf R. Got a 5-cylinder Golf R. It's nice how they're both white as well, so you can basically see that car transplanted into here, and that's what you get. It's running Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's all around. You will notice the brakes are upgraded as well, so they're straight off an RS3 as well. It's good, isn't it? I can show you straight here on an RS3, but he's done it all OEM like, so as you can see, it's got the R logo on there. Around the back, you can see the exhaust tips are like an oval style as well. It's got a Scorpion full exhaust. It is resonated. It is very loud, and there is a bit of drone that Andy did mention, so he is going to get that sorted. Yeah, and I'm sure you lot have noticed as well. That plate definitely does mean what it's trying to say. The car is running a DQ500 RS3 box as well, so it's different to the standard one it came with. This particular car, being a Mark 7R, will have came with a DQ250. Let's go on to the interior now. This is where it is very fancy, I'm not going to lie. So here we have some Recaro bucket seats, which were never an option on a Mark 7R. And he's gone through the effort of retrimming them in Mark 7R style cloth, so they match the rears. Absolutely stunning they are. They literally look like an OEM option. Got the full Mark 7.5 instrument cluster and center infotainment system as well, and this lovely carbon steering wheel. All the modes and everything is all OEM. There's nothing crazy going on here. That's what I like. It's a nice usable car. It just happens to have a 5-cylinder engine. So there we go. Foot on the brake. Yep, that's a Golf R with a 5-cylinder engine. Seriously loud, so I could have got all out in my back garden here. I don't want to get kicked out of my area. But yeah folks, I think that was a good walk around. What we'll do, we'll take this thing for a drive now. It is getting dark, so yeah, let's get cracking and see what it's all about. Right folks, here we are in the Golf R. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to try and judge it as a stage 3 car and also how it's like and whether it feels like an RS3. Before we get to some roads though, make sure you do go ahead and subscribe if you are new here. We are very close to 100k, or we might have hit it, I'm not too sure. I think we're like 400 subs away by the time this video goes up. Yeah, hopefully there'll be a lot more kind of cars like this on the channel. As I said, I do tend to pick and choose certain cars to document. I like to make them relevant to my cars and what I show on the channel. I don't want to just do any features, but let's go for first gear, floor it. Yeah, DQ 500 bucks. You can feel that little, I will call it anti-lag on my channel. It's not anti-lag, but you know, I like to call it that. We're on a familiar road now. Oh, it's awesome, man. It is awesome. You know what it is? I'm just happy for Andy as well, because like this has been like a couple of years in the making for him. Okay, there's a lot on tap here. Yeah. It's surprisingly well damped, you know. Can't lie. Obviously, the roads are a bit damp, so I'm not going to take the mic too much on here. Just get a feeler for it. Once I get onto some open roads, we'll really wring his neck out. Make sure you are checking out Andy's Instagram, by the way. I'm going to put it on the screen. Go drop him a follow. Big shout out to him. Check out my one as well for the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, that TT 700 is making a nice old racket, isn't it? It reminds me of how, like, when I went from my stage 2 setup to my hybrid on my Edition 30, which is actually sold now. I forgot to announce that on the channel, I think. You just get more whooshing because there's just more going on. Very technical analysis there, I know. What a sound! I don't even, this ain't a car. I barely switched the gas, by the way. Hey, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna shush for a second. You guys just enjoy it, man. Look at this. Going onto a bigger road now. Finally give it full throttle, because I haven't been full throttle yet. Right, let's go for it, lads. Mate, I don't even know. Nah, it was just all over so quick. Let me do it again. Second gear. What a animal. Yeah, we need to go stage 3 on mine. We do need to. In terms of numbers to all this madness, of course, you know the BHP, 638 BHP to be exact, 800 Newton-meters. Andy has done draggy runs on this, and so far he's got 100 to 200 time of 5.74. This car is going to be mapped to over 700 over Christmas with the use of ethanol. That 640 or 638 was made on 99 run. 0 to 60 wise, you're looking at 2.6, 2.7. It's going to be like when it's had a full built engine. Like, I can't even use as power as it is. Downshift bangs. I like that it's not over the top. It just does a few here and there just to remind you what's going on, if you didn't know already. You've definitely got to respect this car. There's no way you can just fly through these bends like a standard Golf R and just think you're going to be alright. Especially when damp roads like this. Nah, not gonna happen. In that regard, it definitely does remind me of the RS3 a lot. I'm finding that my RS3, I'm driving it a bit slower now that it's gotten quicker. So yeah, I know it's all about BHP and that these days, but it's, yeah, the way you can take liberties in a stock RS3 or stock Golf R, you can't just fly down like this through here. You've got to be on your game. And this, to be fair, is set up quite well, but I just, yeah, I'm not going to take liberties. Because I did feel it move out a bit earlier. It's like a jet turbine, the way it just winds up. Okay. Nah, mate, I need stage 3 in mine. I need it now. Nah, I would get into serious trouble in this car. That is way faster than stage 2 in my eyes. It's like relentless, that's the difference. Stage 2 is quick, but then it kind of dies off at the top. This, you're in a whole different world at the top end. Whole different world. Whoa. Fair play to VRS and MRC, man. Yeah, folks, what I think we'll do, it is getting a bit dark now, so I think we'll end the video here. Just, you know, winter time in the UK, it gets dark at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. You ain't really got a choice. Big shout out to Andy again. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You're following all the Instagram pages, mine and Andy's, to keep up to date with the car. We'll get a follow up on it once it's had its built engine and maybe when it's mapped on ethanol. As we said at the start, it still is a work in progress, but what a work in progress it is. It's pretty much 89% there. So, but yeah, what I'll do, I'll stop rambling now. I'll catch you guys up in the next video, and yeah, stay tuned for more 5-cylinder stuff.